Hey guys, welcome back. It's Katrina with Simply Trudy, and today I'm going to be doing a prayer Bible. I've had several people ask what a prayer binder or a prayer Bible, is, and I mean there's lots of different ways. I guess everyone's interpretation, but I'm just going to show how I use it and how I'm setting mine up. So this is from Crossway. I got it. It's an ESV, English Standard Version, as the translation. I got it on Christian Books for, I think it was on sale $5 or something like that. But I didn't want a little bitty pocket Bible. This is not going anywhere with me. It will stay at my house. I keep a little notepad in my purse that in the event that there's someone specific I want to pray over or whatever, I will write it down on that, and then I bring it home, and then I'll do the process I'm going to show you today. So this does have, each book of the Bible is, I went with washi tape along the edge. It is a, let me show you, I'll have to show you a different color, but it's the, I think it's 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, I'm not sure. I could put a link, whatever, for the washi tape, but it's like, it's a standard size washi tape. These are the three sizes that I have. There's the super skinny stuff here, the next size, and then this size. And this one here is the one that I used. I just put it on half. And I wanted a dot grid just because it's plain, it's simple. I didn't want a bunch of flowers. That way it doesn't, like if I have pink tape down here, I'm going to feel like I need to do pink here. And if that specific day I'm not wanting to use pink embellishments or whatever, I don't have to. So it's pretty neutral. So this is kind of, well, all I have is right this second is a dollar bill. So I'm going to cover this part up right here. You know what, I could just cover it with my hand. It's not going to be that noticeable. But this is kind of what I do. I just make a little insert. I glue it into my Bible. I highlight the verse. And then I write the prayer on the side of it. Here's another one. I kind of like the old vintage look. I just started this, so here's another one. There's not a bunch of them in here. I do have some mixed media, different mixed medias that I'm going to start, that I've purchased to use. I have some, these are like gelatos. I don't know. I don't know if they're exactly like a gelato, but these are, I got them off Amazon. It's like a gel crayon. I'm assuming it's like a gelato, but I didn't want to buy the actual gelato ones until I knew that I was going to like that type of mixed media, that, using that type of. So I got this big pack. I think it was $13 or something on Amazon. It wasn't super crazy expensive. So I have that. I don't know if I'll use them today. I've got a whole bunch of stickers from the Happy Planner. I've got some watercolor pencils with, these are Mr. Pen water brushes. You use these with the watercolor colored pencils, and then you take the brush with some water in it and you go over the top of it and it'll turn it into a watercolor, but you color with it like colored pencils. So I got these are off Amazon too, and then Mr. Pen Shop. I love Mr. Pen stuff, especially for in my Bible, because a lot of it doesn't bleed through. I do have, sorry, it's kind of a mess in here because I was doing some organizing and then I was like, oh, in the middle of it, let's just stop and let's make a video, because that's just what I do. These are some Mr. Pen highlighters. Let me just grab a color out and I'll show you. I think there's some pages back here in the back that are like a test page. I could use for a test page. So I'll show you. Just highlight September. And that was two lines over. And it's a little bit of ghosting, but I think that's because it's wet. Nothing. Let's try a blue color or something. We'll go back to that. We'll just do November. Go over it 2 times. you can see here that it's a nice dark color here. But then when I turn the page, you don't really see it. You see a little bit of a ghosting, but not a lot. So Mr. Pen ones I absolutely love. These will actually go in a bag and not stay in this little pouch, in this little container. But I just haven't got that far. These are some pens, some just black ink pens that I got. They're gel pens. I love them. They're super fine tip. I love using these in my Bible. I like using my Micron. These do bleed through a little bit. So, with that being said, sorry for all the junk on my desk. Like I said, I was kind of doing some organizing, and then I stopped midway through and was like, let's make a video. Because, I mean, again, that's just what I do. It's, it's chaos. It's how my brain works. I'm a mom of 8 kids, and they've kind of flown the coop, you know, so I'm like empty nesting, and my life is just, it's just chaos all the time. And so it just makes sense that that's how it works. So, let's get started. Let's see, what do I want to pray about for this video? Sorry, I'm in my work uniform still. I don't remember my password. Haven't used my iPad in a bit. Okay, so let's go to, this should be Bible Hub. So I just go to unable to download. Oh, it says I'm not connected to the internet. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, connect to the App Store. I don't know. Okay, let's go here, App Store, and let's just make sure we're looking at Bible Hub. Make sure it's the right one. It probably needs to be updated because I haven't updated this iPad in forever. I prefer my Samsung tablet over my iPad, and so okay, let's go to apps. I just use my Galaxy tablet, my whatever it is, my Android tablet, the Samsung one I have in my bedroom, and this is in my office. So, okay, apps. That's where we want to go. We're in apps. Do I want to search, or where do I? Bible Hub. I really like Bible Hub. It gives me commentary, it gives me reading plans, it gives me a Bible dictionary, I believe. Hold on one second and I'll show you guys once I get it loaded. Okay, Bible Hub. I do usually use okay, so it's installing it now. I usually use my Baker Illustrated concordance, or excuse me, commentary, my Baker Illustrated commentary, my Baker Illustrated Bible handbook, and then I also have the Nelson's Illustrated Bible Dictionary. Those are my go-tos if I'm using a paper. I also do have the Bible Knowledge commentary for the New and the Old Testament. I have those as well. I have a Strong Concordance and Bible Dictionary. I have the Moody commentary. That one I'm not a big fan of, but I mean, to each his own, you know. Let's see. This is not, yes it is. So I'm gonna look here on grief. Okay, let's go here. Let's just go to Safari or Google or whatever it is that you're using. On this, it's Safari and it's not Google for whatever reason. I don't know if I can make it Google or not, but I'm a Android, not a big Apple person. But again, to each their own. I'm just going to unplug this because it's definitely charged up enough. It's weird that it's sitting on my Bible, and because my Bible is angled because of the washi tape that I put on the edges, it's making my tablet set funny. Okay, it shows that I'm connected to the internet. No, I don't want to disconnect. Okay, it's reconnected. Oh, I don't want ADP either. I just want... Oh, look, there's Google. Okay, Bible verse for grief. NLT, which is my preferred, that is my preferred Bible verse, or Bible translation, is the NLT. Absolutely love it. Okay, so this is telling me, and so just list them out. I searched, so I put in Bible verse about grief, and it said Bible verse on death, which is really what I'm looking for. So the second anniversary of my mother-in-law's passing is coming up, and my mom's passing is 3 days later, several years before, but hers is on the 13th. So I just thought maybe this would be a fitting one. I'll show you guys. Kind of, this will be a prayer for me, just something that is kind of touching my heart right now. So and it's kind of how I do it. Not all the prayers are for me. Most of them, some of them are for my friends. Some of them are for my brother-in-law, my kids, my fiance, and, you know, just whoever, my coworker or my employees, my coworkers, my boss, you know, whatever. A stranger that I meet in the store, you know, like you just don't, I just, whoever it is. So this one's Romans chapter 14, 8 through 12. So let's go. I have no clue where Romans is. And because I don't have this tabbed, I'm just going to have to flip through it. I know Psalms is in the middle. Genesis is in the beginning. I'll get there. One day I'll have it all memorized. It used to be embarrassing to me to take my Bible to church, and when I went to church as a kid, and the pastor would be preaching, and they would say, turn to this page, and by the time I got the, okay, I'm going to look in the index in the beginning, because that's what it's for. Romans 12:18. Okay, right here. The letter of Paul to the Romans. Okay. So, I don't know a lot of background about this chapter, this book of the Bible, and that for me, while I'm praying, it's not, while I'm doing my prayer binder, it's not relevant. Now, if I were doing a Bible study or anything like that, I would stop and I would get context from those books that I mentioned. I would use Bible Hub. I would use all the resources that I have, different translations of the Bible. I do have different study Bibles that have different information in them. Some go in, like I have a She Reads Truth study Bible. It goes more in depth, or it's less in depth than my, I don't remember what it is. I can't off the top of my head think of it, but it's an NLT study Bible. I absolutely love it. I got it off Amazon, and it goes very in depth. It's absolutely phenomenal. So if I were studying this, I would go and get background on where did this take place, who was the author. Obviously, it tells me the letter of Paul is to the Romans. So I kind of, Paul, I'm assuming, is the author of this book. But it would tell me where was it, in what years was it written, where was it written, and what part of the world did it take place. All of those kinds of things would be in those commentaries, and that would be what I would start to dig into. Now, if I was verse mapping, I would break it down. If I were word mapping, then I would break that word down. I do lots of different types of Bible study, and it just helps me. But today we're just going to focus on my prayer Bible, because I use my other Bibles in different ways. This Bible here is just for prayer. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to grab a highlighter. It doesn't matter what color. Let's do this like sage. Oh, that's gray. Let's do this like sage green color. Now, when I first started, I thought, okay, I'm going to have all my prayers be this color. And all the prayers for my one son. Like I said, I have 8 kids. So, my oldest boy would have this color. And my youngest would have this color. But the problem with that is that that's not how my brain really works. Because one, I'm going to be like, oh, I have to stick to this color and I don't want that color today. So I'm going to get frustrated. Chapter 14. Oh, yeah. Verse 8. I was looking at a whole different. Oh, 8 through 12, so that's probably through here. And this is the ESV. Again, this is ESV Bible, so the verse is a little, the verbiage is different in each Bible translation. NLT is my go-to. It's the one I prefer. ESV is also. So when I do like my word mapping, my verse studies, my verse mapping, and that kind of stuff, I use different like at least 3 different translations of the Bible. And because they're all different translations, they're all written differently. So I kind of colored that fairly heavy with that highlighter. It's pretty wet. And then if I flip back here, you can see a little bit of ghosting, and it did wrinkle the page a little bit. But these pages are not a traditional Bible page. They're quite a bit thicker. I'm going to say they're like twice as thick as a normal Bible page, maybe 1.5. But I think once this dries, it's going to be fine. Now you can use what's called gesso to prep your pages if you're going to do like a lot of coloring and that kind of stuff. But I'm not doing that here, so it's irrelevant. So the NLT, in the NLT, as I'm looking on my iPad, the NLT says, if we live, it's to honor the Lord. And if we die, it's to honor the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. That's what that says, and that's Romans chapter 14, 8 through 12. I find that. Let me see. It feels like there's something. Okay. So it is more in depth. If we live, it's to honor the Lord. If we die. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Christ died and rose again for this very purpose, to be Lord of both the living and of the dead. So why do you condemn another believer? Why do you look down on another believer? Remember, we will all stand before the judgment seat of God. For the scriptures say, as surely as I live, says the Lord, every knee will bend to me, and every tongue will declare allegiance to God. Yes, each of us will give a personal account to God, is what the NLT says. Now this one says, for if we live to the Lord, and if we die to the Lord. So then, whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. For this is the end, for to this end Christ died and lived again, that he might be Lord both of the dead and of the living. Why do you pass judgment on your brother? Or you, why do you despise your brother? For we will all stand before the judgment seat of God. For it is written, as I live, says the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. So then each of us will give an account of himself to God. So they're pretty similar in what it's saying. So what I'm going to do, now that I have my verse that I'm written, sometimes I don't find the verse that I want on like the first time. This one just really fit, so it was okay. And if I read one and I don't like what it says, or it's not really the type of grief I'm handling, or, because grief comes in lots of different forms. So if it's not really what I want, it's not singing to me, it's not standing out and saying, yes, this is the one, this is the verse that you need to pray about today, then I'm not going to use it. I'll go on and find something else. This one today just happened to work, and work just fine. So now I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna go gather some supplies, because I kind of have an idea in my head since reading this of what I want to use, and I will be back. Okay guys, I'm back with this big old bucket, and this has like all my ephemera. Well, I can't say all of it. It has a good chunk of my ephemera, like from my junk journaling and that kind of stuff. And this is what I'm gonna use today. I think I want to use, now this spread, whatever, that this page that I'm going to make, it's probably going to have absolutely nothing to do. It's not going to look like death or dying or anything like that. I'm just going to pick out and I'm going to do what looks cute to me. I do want to get a little bit of a tag that I can write on. I have a lot of these separated into categories and all that, but not all of them. So these are just like little kit stuff that I've purchased off Amazon that have the kind of oh, I don't think that was supposed to do that. That just ripped right off. Ooh, I kind of like that. These are just little small chunks of paper. I got these little envelopes. These are, I think, stamp pad envelope, like stamp envelopes. Ooh, let's use, or they're die cut, I think, maybe. I don't remember. That's kind of a big, thick one, but that's okay. I don't mind having thick ones in there. I'm looking for a tag. I have a lot of them separated out, so if that one was upside down, that could have been a disaster. Oh yeah, like this. This will probably be what I journal the verse on. I don't know, it's kind of big. The verse is kind of long, but that's okay. And then I've got some flowers, more flowers, girls, more flowers, more flowers, and more flowers. I'm a sucker for flowers. Some mushrooms. This is butterflies. I got the paper. I want kind of a, let me see if I can find, ooh, like this little tag. I could put the verse. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Oh, here's some different paper. I kind of like, and then I think I want to do a piece of this like old newspaper for the actual page. Okay. So let's start with this. Let's see where our brain goes. I'm going to set this off here over to the side. You'll still be able to see it kind of in the background. I did get my washi tape out in case I want to use some of that. I will washi tape a tiny bit on the edge of the page. Sorry, I'm just shutting some stuff up. Okay, so this is probably going to be the base. Now this page here, I won't do anything with. I will just leave it raw. Let's see. I may not use this. This background piece is more for like just that, like background. Maybe. And then I could put the verse here. Okay, let's grab my iPad again because I want to write this. Oh! I just knocked all of that over. Hang on one second, guys. Let me get myself together. Okay, and I'm gonna grab one of my little pins here. Now this set of pins that I showed you guys, it came, I ordered it off Amazon. They might be Mr. Pin. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But they write super, super fine, which I absolutely love. I'm almost thinking that I want to get an index card and write the verse on an index card, and then I can just, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so it's going to be Romans 8 through 12. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to write it all out and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I decided I'm just going to print it out on white, you know, just like print it out from my printer, because I kept writing it and I wasn't liking how it was writing. So I'm going to print it out here, and then I'm going to get my, what's it called? Distress ink. Hold on one second, I'm going to grab it. And I'm gonna distress my page this way. Let's do T. Take this one off, and I just put it. Oh, maybe that's the right one. We'll just add more crap to the pile. Okay, I can't find my craft scissors. Oh, maybe that's them right there. It is. I'm going to cut pretty close to the verse, or to the print. I'm going to cut this Romans part off. This isn't usually how I do it. Usually I will write it myself, but today I'm just going to print it. Why? I don't know. I printed it and I wrote it, and then I got the typewriter out and I typed it, and it just kept being a turd, so I'm just going to do it this way. Alright, so I'm going to get my distress ink. And when I use these, I don't usually like jump right on the paper that I'm distressing. I kind of start, like I'll pick up my ink like this, and then I'm going to start on this paper. And I'm going to start here at the top, so it kind of, I want the whole paper to be blemished, but then I want parts of it to be more so than others. I might get on the edges, because I am not a fan of, I like all things vintage. So I got it colored the color I wanted. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to grab this other one. I'm going to get a new ink pad out of here. Put it on there. Let's get it on there the right way. Pick up some of this darker ink. And then again, I'm just going to sit off the page. And I'm just going to kind of make it a little bit darker. That looks great. I love that. Okay, so I'm done with those. So I'm going to set these off here over to the side. So I'm done with those. This is going to be my verse now, and I have this little scratch paper. I always like to use scratch paper, or I use a cutting mat, because I'm going to be gluing and all that. Most of the time I'll use just Elmer School Glue, or I have here it is, just a double-sided tape runner. So now that I have made this color, I don't know that I want to use this piece of paper, but we might just, maybe we'll glam it up. So this is going to sit, okay, so first thing we're going to do, because this is going to glue into the binding of my Bible, I want to make sure that this page is going to fit. It's going to fit. It's going to be perfect. It's a little bit tall. I think I'm going to cut, oops, bear with me, y'all. I told you it's a mess in here. going to get my little paper trimmer here, and I'm going to cut just a tiny bit off of this bottom because I don't want it quite that big. So I'm going to cut maybe a ½ inch or so off this bottom. Yeah. And then relative to the size of my Bible, it's going to fit more the way that I like it to. Okay, so I'll set that back up there. That might fall back off, but we'll see. Okay, so here's my verse. I'm going to set it up here with my washi tape because it is going to have to set in order for it to get all the way on. Because, I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to let it just hang over the edge, kind of like this. I wonder if I got, so I have these discs that go on my Happy Planner, and I wonder if I just round, I have a paper snipper or punch thing, I don't know where, hold on one second. Sorry, that noise was me digging through my little, remember these scissors from when we were kids? I've had these forever. And I'm just doing this because I don't want the edge of this page to just, I didn't want it to just be a block of, it's just like a little grid. It's kind of maroon in color. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set this like this. I'm going to bring this over as far as I can without it coming off. And kind of just set this here. And that'll, let me see what angle I want it to be. I think like that. Yes. Okay. So, I'm going to glue this . So I have to be careful because, let me grab this pen here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is grab my little ruler and my pencil. And I'm going to draw from those marks that I just made with that little pen. You don't have to be this precise, guys. I just don't want the glue to be outside of that line. So I'm gluing on this side. So I'm just going to make a little X with my pencil mark so that I know. And then I'm going to glue, I'm going to move this over here and I'm going to glue with my glue stick on this little scratch piece of paper. That way I can line it up back on this one and there's not glue on the piece that's going to overlap onto my page. So I'm going to line this up here as best as I can, and then that'll line up there. And then that's pretty perfect, just like that. And then let's pull my Bible back over here. And let's see how, it's going to stick out a tiny bit, but that's okay. I have a plan for this. Okay, so then we're going to put, yes, so see, this is going to stick. This little piece will get cut off, and then this piece will get cut off. Yeah, some of that will get cut off. So I think it'll work great. Okay, so then let's move this out of the way. This is that paper with the glue. I'm just going to move this so that this glue can dry for a moment, and I'll bring it back in a second. So then I know I want this little jar in here. Why, I don't know, but I just kind of like it. And I think I want to do it like, or maybe I want, because I still have this piece here. Maybe I want to do it. I do want a place to write, so maybe I could use that to write on. Let's grab this piece here. Let's just use this to cut around this little flower, because I like this little flower. I believe it is a, oh my gosh. I want to say a hollyhock, but I don't think that's right. Okay, so this one's going to sit here. The verse is going to sit there. This bad boy can sit here. Maybe this could sit. And I pulled out this book, this little thing. And why, I don't know. I don't know why I want to use that, but I kind of do. I really like the look of like junk journals and stuff. And so that's kind of, but see if I move, okay, let's see. Maybe if I put this up here, under here, because I don't really want to lose the jar. I mean, I'm okay with covering a little bit of it up like this. Okay, let's do something like that. Let's see where it leads us. Okay, let's get this part done. And this is a little bit thicker, kind of a cardstock material, so. Oh, that was way messy. Okay, I know we're gonna have glue on this, so. Now this little glue here it'll glue clear, so I'm just gonna wipe it on my pants. I thought I had a wipe or a towel or something up here, but apparently I do not any longer. Which again is fine. So this is gonna go under here, because most of this that has a glue on the outside is going to get covered up anyways. So, all right, now we're going to bring in our little piece of paper again. I'm kind of a messy gluer just because I don't, it's not a great glue, like, but the reason I like it, like, I mean, obviously, you know, we used it as we were kids, you know, so we know that it's not a fantastic be-all, do-all of glues. But for what I'm doing, it's going to work great. And, it's cheap and it doesn't dry out. So, like, I was using some Gorilla Glue, a Gorilla Glue stick, which I really liked because it held my glue, you know, it held my paper, but it dried out so fast. So I went back to these sticks, and I just got it in this big giant one back to school, and I bought several of them so that, and I have found that if I leave them sealed in the package or whatever, but I go through them pretty quickly, so, I mean, I'll have to buy them again before back to school for next year, but it's really been doing a good job, a good enough job for me, that I don't really, okay, so now I'm going to cut this part off, because this is what's going to be in the spine. And then I'm going to do a little flipping. I'm going to turn this over to do it, to cut this. we're going to have that like that. And the red that's in this kind of matches in this sticker. Okay, so then I want this little piece of paper to kind of sit like that. And this is going to be where I'm going to write my actual prayer. And I'll write that off camera. I'm just going to get things together for it. Have it all ready, and then I will write that prayer for myself and ask God to give me the strength to get through these next few days. They're going to be a little bit tough. My mom and I, we didn't really have a great relationship at the end of her life. And my mother-in-law and I had an amazing relationship always, always, always. Okay, so I think I have some washi tape that's kind of maybe the opposite of, hold on. Ooh, I have this polka dot washi tape that kind of is the same. Let's see. No, that's orange. Now that I get it out of there, it's orange. It looks kind of red on the paper or in the roll. Let me put my iPad up, guys, and then I will, because I'm done with it. We'll let it get out of the way and kind of go back up. Oh, I lost a paper clip somewhere. I wonder if this little stripe would look bad. I feel like I need something up here. No, I think that'll be. And then I'm going to cut this off. There we go. So I'm going to get a craft knife. I think this one. And I'm just going to kind of go around the cut on this paper here. And that's going to give me the illusion that the washi tape is underneath that paper, even though it is not. Oh, I ripped the paper. Well, I think it'll be okay, because I think that little jar actually is going to cover that. And then this will sit down here, and I'll write my prayer there. Well, I don't know that I need the jar. It's the jar that's throwing me off. Let me see if I could find something else. Let me set the jar over here to the side. I have some little flowers. I think a flower would look cute. Let's look. Let's look in here. So these I ordered off of that Temu. And they're just in these little packs. And I actually got this container off Temu too. Yeah, see, these are going to be perfect. This will be perfect. This will be a little bit, it's kind of the same color. I can kind of stick it. Now I don't want this paper on here. Oh yeah, let's do this butterfly instead of the paper, instead of that. Now, these are supposed to be stickers. I've not used them yet. Let's use the old washi tape trick. If you have some stickers that are hard to get apart, get you 2 small pieces of washi tape. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, don't be mad. Okay, get you 2 pieces of washi. You're going to put one on one side of the sticker. And sometimes you can do it with just one. Sometimes, but it's not doing it. So we're going to put this one on the other side of the sticker. You want to kind of pinch them on there. Get them on there nice and tight. And we're just going to pull See, and then if you just put it on there nice and tight and you just slowly pull, it'll separate your sticker. And then I usually just take the washi tape pieces off and I just kind of stick them over here on my little stand, and then I could reuse them. And then I'm gonna set this bad boy down here. Peel that piece off gently, stick that piece of washi up there. This is not a sticker, so we're gonna make it one. I got some glue on my desk. So I'm just gonna rub it and it'll come right off. Put this right there. That was perfect. And then I'm gonna take this big glue stick. Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna write my prayer out. Okay, so I have that done. Now we're going to go back to my Bible. I'm going to take this page and I'm going to run this glue stick pretty thickly around it. That's why it gets all gloopy. I should get a glue stick just for that, for doing that part on the edges. But and then I'm just going to pop it right in here on the edges. Close my book. I'll set something heavy on top of it. So for right now, I'm going to stack it underneath this basket of goodies. And that's it, guys. That's how I do it. Nothing is predetermined. Nothing in my prayer Bible. Nothing is pre-outlined, you know, I just kind of do it each day, or sometimes I'll do 5 a day. Sometimes I'll do 1 a day. Sometimes I won't do any today. Sometimes I just, you know, but I know that's how it works for me. There's no, I guess the takeaway to it, in my opinion, is there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it. Just, God doesn't care how you're talking to him. Just talk to him. Just, you know, let him in your life. So, and remember that, you know, you don't have to have, your binder doesn't have to look like this person's, and it's okay that they're different, and it's okay that you're different, and it's okay that you study differently. It's okay that your study path is at a different point than someone else's. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just know that we're all here for, you know, common goal, and just leave it at that. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.